Oh, yeah, that's my baby. Mm-hmm.
So first off, I just want to start off by thanking you for inviting me to be on this couch.
Absolutely.
Because
I thank you for coming on this couch.
Honestly, it's outlet for me to be able to be a vessel to serve God's will, and not only spiritually, but just to finally be able to put some things on the table, and not to expose anyone or myself. It's just a needed necessity for me to let go of some baggage that that's really dead weight.
Go ahead.
So
hey, Jackie,
it's that time, and I want to thank you.
Absolutely. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to Living in My Truth. You know, it feels so good when you just get your life becomes set free, and you start living how you want to live. You know what I mean? How God has that walk
Amen.
for you. You know what I mean?
And that's what made me do this, Tracy, because like my spiritual life has grown.
Hey, Denise Doward Jones.
Hi, y'all.
Now, so just keep going.
That's right. We got to acknowledge.
I love acknowledging. Y'all don't let me drive y'all crazy when I'm acknowledging. I just love to know that you're there and you guys make this happen. And I just love y'all. I do. I love what I do. I love who I am today. You know what I mean? And I love sharing what I have today.
Yeah, I do. Y'all know this mouth never stays quiet. I'm always sharing. And there's a reason for that, because I'm not where I used to be.
Go ahead.
And I'm proud of myself to not just hide in my past.
Go ahead.
It's such a relief and a joy to be able to just wake up every day with God giving us breath, first of all, and to not be ashamed of who you are today and not take yourself back to the place where we used to be. We got to love ourselves.
Absolutely. Somebody is popping on. Absolutely. Hi, Monique. How are you? This is just, for me, I'm just really serious, y'all. Such a joy, to have people come on the live and that's willing to share their strengths and hopes, getting the monkeys off our backs,
and that's what it is, the strength and hopes.
That's right. We're getting the monkeys off our backs. This is just another step, you know what I mean, that takes you higher, Shelly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm evolving.
Absolutely. So, guys, I want y'all to give Michelle a real raw round of applause. It's 7 o'clock. Send some hearts, y'all, so we know she knows that you're there.
Thank you. Thank you.
And she's come to sit on the couch to give us some real good stuff, and share about her life, because I guarantee, look at them hearts. Because they love you, girl.
I appreciate y'all.
They love it. As people on here, y'all such a great audience. I'm telling you, y'all are just outstanding.
That's amazing. I really appreciate y'all, and I didn't come, to expect, any type of recognition for an image or a reputation. I like when Tracy invited me to come and sit on this couch. And I accepted. I finally accepted. I got so much. Yeah, it took a while. I got so much feedback, positive feedback, and so much support. It kind of like blew my mind, because I know, our Facebook is a platform for us to be able to, emphasize our communication. But just to see how much support I got from not just my Facebook friends, but from all my friends that have been my friends and associates for a while, that gave me the motivation to say, okay, I'm going to do this. So I thank y'all.
That's Rabia. Rabia says, good seeing you, Michelle.
Hi, how are you?
Y'all talk on here, taught me something. I didn't know you can communicate like that on this thing. Yeah, but y'all have your conversation. Rabia, Michelle, Rabia.
Nice meeting you, sis. Nice meeting you.
All right, so I'm just trying to talk a little bit, send out some shout outs. I'm going to make a couple little statements, announcements. Just y'all remind yourselves to share this, after you know, we're done with the live. So, but hey, Dolly, so other people can see it and watch it and join us, you know, and let them know that, you know, the shows are on YouTube. You know, I was told you could watch it on YouTube, but I don't think you can watch today on YouTube. I just wanted to share that until we post it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, and my granddaughter does that, so she'll be posting more on live. But if you know, share it, other people can see it on their phones that way.
Yeah.
You know, but they can always start from the 12 step to 12 and then the couch. You know, you'll see those episodes on YouTube just to send that message out. And again, you know, if anybody is willing to sponsor, you know what I mean, or want me to shout them out, you know, just message me. Hey, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. Hi, Jeff. What's going on?
My brother, he got some hearts for you, too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Jeff was a beast last week, really I tell you.
He gave some very informative
information. See, he can speak real, you know, like I used to.
Though.
You know, on the flip side. We're saying the same thing, but he knows how to put it out there in a therapeutic way. Actually, you know what I mean? Even though he lives it, but he's awesome. That's why I'm attached to him. You know, this is how he communicates with me as well. You know, when he's talking to me, if I ask him something.
See, everybody that shows up got something to share in a different manner.
Hey, Bianca.
I like that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the prize about this thing. You know, because when you come and you do you, it's going to be different than who I am and different who she is. You know, you just got to do you, even though our stories all connect and the understanding is connect.
It's an asset to each, you know, like it's like a puzzle. Each piece fits somewhere.
That's who I want Nev right underneath Jeff. Hey, Lauren.
Hi, Lauren.
Again, I shout Lauren out every week. Lauren is the one who keeps Keystone Center's posts going.
You mentioned her last week. Mm-hmm.
I mention her every week.
That's awesome.
I'm trying to get her butt to come on this show, but I know she's busy. You know, she's been blessed. She's moving into her place.
Amen.
But she is absolutely awesome with that post. You know what I mean? That post inspires me every single morning, Lauren. And I appreciate you for doing that. And everybody who comes on that post. So if y'all don't know about it, go on Keystone Center Alumni's post. I'm telling you, you're going to see a lot where all my little, you know, quotes come from.
Okay.
You know, and then I read those quotes.
Gems.
They gems. I read them, and then it puts things in my head to be able to say.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, like Jeff. Jeff took me back so far back last week. The way he shot that thing out there. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's just the way they did it.
It was so beneficial though, because a lot of what we go through, we don't know how to address it or emphasize on it. And some of the statements that he was making was relatable, and then it made you say, yeah, that matches with what, you know, and it just coincided with each other.
Hey, Nelly,
but I want to thank you, Jeff,
Kimberly,
for being descriptive.
And my girl, Antoinette. Hey.
Oh, hi, y'all. Hey, Kim. So what I was saying was, going back to Jeff, his presence on the couch, when he described in detail of what disease actually meant. And I want to thank you, Jeff, for actually taking the time out to explain that. Because sometimes we don't know what disease actually really entails, you know. And when you went back to saying how everybody was saying, oh, you can stop if you want to stop, or you just want to get high because you want to get high. No, it really is. It's an illness. It's an illness.
It's a sickness. It's definitely a sickness.
It's definitely a sickness.
It's definitely a sickness.
Is not controlled by medication, by a doctor, by, you know, people that went to school reading books can tell you about. So thank you, Mr. Jeff, again.
I say on that part, people who's reading books, these books come from our actions. You know what I mean? This is how they learn about us.
That's right.
We are the books.
That's right.
You follow what I'm saying? We are the books. You hear me, y'all? We are the books. Without us, they wouldn't even have the information that they have now. You know what I mean? But they can help us. You know what I mean? You just have to, you know, open up. Pretty
and
much.
That's it.
And be
That's
willing
it.
to listen to them
Right.
so that you can hear them and then see and understand them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's where a lot of us get stuck too. Not saying you, Shelly, but just to help, others that's on here. When I first went to rehab and I had this funny looking lady, coming at me, I'm like,
I was defensive too.
yeah, I was very defensive. I wasn't trying to hear her. I couldn't even feel it.
But first of all, I felt some kind of way because I had to be there.
Exactly.
And I didn't think anything was wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, okay, I'm going to give this a shot because the people that cared about me enough to make me aware that I needed to be there. But my counselor, the very first one I went to, and it was several, I was confronted because, I always had a thing for fashion, and I realized that I was camouflaging my addiction.
Go ahead.
And we were allowed to have things sent to us, and I wrote my list first before I called my mother, and then I called my mother and told her where everything was, the shoes to go to the outfit, and once they got there, I was still dressing accordingly the way I was, on the street, and my counselor immediately recognized, and she said, we're going to have you do an assignment, and I was like, oh, okay, because I love to write, I love to read, I love to speak, but my assignment was to wear my clothes backwards and inside out.
Ooh.
And I said, well,
that went way back a little bit.
It hurt. It was hurtful.
Yeah.
Said,
it touched you, didn't it?
Yes.
You know what it did? It got in touch with your feelings.
And
because disease got your feelings locked down.
Because she told me that I was a dressed up trash can. But it immediately
say it again. You was a dressed up.
I was a dressed up trash can.
Wow.
Yeah. And I said, you know what? I'm leaving. I'm not doing that.
You was ready to walk out.
I was ready to go. Because my image was being tainted because you wanted me to walk around here looking crazy. But then I identified with it because it truly made me realize that if I wanted to complete this program, I had to comply. And with complying, I had to follow the rules.
Go ahead.
And with following the rules, I had to become held accountable for myself, knowing that I had a choice whether to leave and go back to this disease or stay and get something out of this program. So she was the first one that really helped me identify that I was flipping a script on myself.
On yourself.
You know what I mean? It was a whole facade that I was trying to keep up.
I call it introduce you to the voice. You know what I'm saying? Because that was sickness having you go against it anyway. Because sickness don't want you to be well.
No.
Disease don't want you to be well. Disease wants to stay in that control. Disease is like a narcissist. You
It
follow
really
what I'm
is.
saying?
It really
it's like
is.
a narcissist,
Yeah.
a little monkey. I can't stand it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Welcome
try
back,
to-
Francis Jackson.
They
Good to
both
have you
try to
back.
make
And,
you,
and welcome, Sonia.
Hi, everybody.
And Erica, welcome, girlie. And Chanel. Y'all know I'm trying to get everybody. I love them hearts. You know I'm going to send them back,
That's
too.
right.
Y'all
That's
know
right.
what's up. I think I'm bad with the hearts now. Don't get it twisted. You know? Kaim, is that my
appreciate
nephew again? Hey, Nye. How y'all doing? You know? But, yeah, when I first went into rehab, and I seen that little funny looking lady, I was like, who the hell is this big? I'm working on my language. What?
I'm proud of you.
Who was this thing? You know, what could she do for me? You know, she sounded all corny and all of that. And see, my sickness was still in control of me. You know, when we first go in, just like Jeff was saying, we got to go in ready. We got to go in, to surrender. We got to be surrendered once we go in.
That's not the case when you first come from where you're coming from and you enter these places that you know is going to be the authoritator over you.
Absolutely. Somebody telling you what to do because rules don't count with us.
We're defensive automatically.
Rules don't count with us. You know what I mean? Exactly. From the door. And that's how I was with that lady. And all she said, hello.
That's all she said.
I ain't like her. I ain't give a woman a chance. You know what I'm saying? Because I had no control.
Exactly. And
I had no
for me,
control.
for one, I knew I was going to be there X amount of days. And I was going to be separated from everything that I loved, everything that supported me. And I wasn't going to have any communication. So I automatically shut down.
Exactly. That's
So
what
I
happens.
wasn't-
It turns off.
Right. I wasn't open to receiving support and especially from strangers. I like nobody. We
Tell
don't,
me
we don't
about
know
it.
these people from a campaign.
Tell me about it. She was a white woman too, and at
Mhm.
that time, you know, it was like, who she think she's gonna be telling what to do, and smaller than me too. I knew I was punking her. You know what I'm saying? Because you know we could smell them. I'm telling y'all, we could smell them. We know who we can come at and who we can't.
But guess what? And even like walking in their shoes, even though we don't, but we know. Like I knew that we were strangers to them and they were strangers to us. So they didn't know how we were coming in either.
Oh, let me as a counselor, let me tell you,
Mm-hmm.
we know how y'all coming in. Most of you, we're prepared
Okay.
for it.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
We're prepared for it. It's nothing that don't happen, basically from the person before
I've
you
seen-
or the
I've
person
seen-
after you.
But I've
You know?
seen some stuff where the counselors that was in my environment dealt with some serious attitude, and they weren't, like you said, they weren't even actually for the BS.
Mm-hmm.
So like you said, you know, they know how we're coming, but what it was how to combat this thing, because it was a lot of people, like some people in there were seriously vicious and reckless.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
everywhere. It's insanity.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's right.
It's mental health. Would you forget?
I
It's
didn't.
all of that.
I didn't.
You know what I mean? And then the drugs
See,
is
I'm
cunning,
better
babbling,
now.
and powerful.
Right.
And they different now.
I'm better now, so I'm not in touch with that, but I didn't forget. Trust me, I'll never forget. I'm
Hey,
still
let me tell
well
you
aware of where I came from.
All of that is a part of your medication.
Right.
Because if you didn't do what you seen others doing and you learned how to grow in there, you took the right remedy.
Yeah.
You took the right medication.
Thank you.
You follow what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
You took the right medication. A lot of us don't come in there for help. We come in there like it's like a timeshare. You know what I mean? And we
Yeah.
come in there
It's
ready
a
to cuss
vacation.
you out and tell you off because, you know, it's free. And Gov ain't gonna let you touch us.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
They ain't gonna let
absolutely
you
not, 'cause
touch
they
us
getting theirs.
because there's rules for us too.
That's
You
right.
follow
And
what I'm
they
saying?
gonna get paid.
And you have to be pretty much, for me, built to work into a facility today.
Absolutely.
You know, because the drug is more dangerous. So it makes the mind much more dangerous. It's different than what it used to be.
It is.
But all of it is bad. And all of it is called a sickness of disease.
Yes.
You understand what
Yes.
I'm saying? So it's not going to get any better. The only thing to get better out of this is you.
If you're willing.
There you
if
go.
You're willing.
There
if
you
you're
go.
willing, because a lot of people are not willing. It's just a vacation because they're tired. And
Yeah, but
they-
some of
they-
us go in thinking that this time, I got this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to work harder. But they
been down
haven't.
that road before.
They don't know disease is cutting, babbling, and loud, powerful. You follow what I'm saying? The voice is still in control. So when you come in, basically, is a word of advice from me as an addict is you got to learn how to listen. You know what I mean? You know, but first, you know, we have to surrender. You know,
That's
we have to
true.
be willing. You know, this is why the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous is introduced to us.
Yeah.
Because it teaches us basically how
The
to
steps.
do that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that we can get on the board of saying, I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
I can do this. Because once you accept, you know, step 1 to all the steps, you know what I'm saying? Your life just become lighter. You know what I'm saying? And your willing gets stronger.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
when you're around people who's living
Your
a life
strength-
just
your
like
strength,
you,
actually,
yeah.
that's right. And guess what? All of that changes. Your circle
Hey,
changes.
Trace.
A lot of your friends drop off, and guess what? I don't take any offense to that. I just don't have the same lifestyle, but I still have love for you. I still have love for you.
Absolutely.
And to not continuously be defeated, you have to listen, because there's a lot of ways that this thing will take you under. It will take you under.
And make you
not,
think you're doing right.
right, not listening.
Mhm.
Yeah, because a lot of us think we got a handle on things. You
Mhm.
know, like day by day, okay, things improve. Your family's back in
Hey,
your life.
Phyllis.
You know, you can manage things. You're functionable. So once you got enough time in, we tend to think that we got this. And as soon as you're invited to some function, an event, and then there's alcohol involved, you know, you say, okay, you know, a little bit won't hurt, just like Mr. Jeff explained.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a little bit won't hurt. That thing, see, the dopamine that arises from just a sip, it's still dormant in our system.
Go ahead.
It's still dormant in our system, and it penetrates fast.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's a fact.
A sip will take you to a thought that'll have you think, okay, I can have another drink. You know, and then you know that once the affair is over, you don't want to stop.
Heck no.
Because it is, your dopamine has risen to a point where it wants to take you to the other level. Mm-hmm. And then it's back on and popping again.
Absolutely. That's
it's the trickery.
There you go. And you know, for me, it's just the voice. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Which is disease. You know what I mean? Which is cunning, baffling, and powerful. Mm-hmm. Which works through people, places, and things.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Absolutely. So it ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? So that's one very important.
I hear you say that.
But cunning, baffling, and powerful.
Yes.
You know what I mean? People tell me that all the time because you know what? It's in my heart. Mm-hmm. It's in, you know, it's locked in. You know what I mean? And I want to express it the way it should be heard.
Yes, yes.
You follow? A lot of people say that, oh man, it's how you talk. It's because it's real. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's because my talk is real. You know? I walk the walk so I can talk the talk. Yes, and I'm only giving you what I've learned. You know what I'm saying?
But guess what? It would be defeating the purpose if you didn't.
Hey.
It would be defeating the purpose.
Hey, look, I'm so glad that my mind is where it is today. But I do know that I'm a sick individual, you know what I mean? And I do know Trey's a beast.
That's
you
right.
follow what I'm saying?
That's
and that
right.
beast is caged. You know what I mean? She's in remission. You know what I mean? And she'll never go away. I can't get rid of her ass, her butt, because she's me. That's who she is. Yeah. She's me. You know, and it's my brain. Mm-hmm. You know, that was
but
totally.
You're well aware that the condition that you're still in, because it's still there. See, for myself, I know if I try again, that next time is going to be way worse, and I'm only starting back from where I stopped.
Where you left off, yeah.
And it can take me
to be faithful.
To trust me, it can take me to places where I don't even have a clue, and it can be fatal.
Absolutely,
it can be life threatening. I don't know, but I don't want to know.
But we think when we have no medication to take, far as knowledge, wisdom, and understanding about the sickness, we think that, you know, because we got through that one, you tried again, you got through that, and I see that's the sickness. You know, that it's all right, or well, I can handle the drinking. You know what I mean? It's the coke I'm not going to touch. Man, all that shit is crazy.
And
everyone connects to the next.
That's right. One leads to another. And my whole thing is, if you know the extent to where it took you.
Hey, Tony.
to go back to the mouth part is insane, because you don't know where that mile part is gonna, like 0 to 1,000 real quick.
That's how fast. That's how fast it. When you start getting smart, and what I mean by smart is when you learn how to again listen, so that you can hear, then you start seeing, then you start growing.
That's right.
You know, you believing. You know what I mean? You found a higher power.
Yes,
you follow what I'm saying? You found a higher power. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You started making better choices, better decisions.
That's right.
You know what I mean? This build up is like a bunch of love you never felt. You follow what I'm saying?
And
this is all called love.
You're not gonna give anybody. You're not gonna compensate for negotiation on this thing, because once you find it, you want to keep it.
Absolutely.
You want to keep it because it's you actually being healed. And when you're healed, it just continues, and it gets better and better and better. And for myself, I'm speaking. I don't want to go back there. I'm not going back there. Today, because every day matters.
One day at a time.
Every day matters.
One day. See, this is the medication that I'm talking about. How we have to start using the language. You know what I mean? We have to start using that language, like live and let live, live and let God today, one day at a time.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You know, people, places, and things. You know what I mean? It's just embedded.
You sound like my bishop.
Yeah, it's just embedded all in my head, just like a pastor, like when they teach from the book. You know what I mean? It's just there. You know what I mean? It's love. Go ahead. I see the stars. It's feelings.
Yes,
It's
how
emotions.
y'all listen, right back at you.
You never you lost touch with what love feel like. You lost touch with being happy feels like. You lost touch with being alive. You lost because you know we walked dead, right?
Listen, and I was gonna say, and guess what? It wasn't anybody else. Like I was lying to myself.
What? You a liar? Of course.
I was lying to myself, thinking it was okay and that nobody noticed.
Absolutely. Like people don't see when you done relapsed, you know, and you walking around again blind. You know what I'm saying? Can't feel no damn more. You know, living on the edge again. This is the medication. You hear what I'm saying?
And just thinking, if you just stay inside and away from people that nobody knew, nobody recognized. Trust me, people know. When you stop answering your phone, when you stop communicating, when you don't want no company, they know what's going on with you. They know what's going on with you.
And you know what? It could be the people you're living inside with.
That's right.
It could be the place where you are.
That's right.
You know, it could be the things that you're just doing.
Mm-hmm.
Disease comes through people, places and things. It could be the freaking TV. I could be watching a movie. You know, plenty. They keep them kind of movies on there. Plus, all this stuff was made for this thing.
Goodness.
You know what I'm saying?
And not even mention, not to cut you off, but not to even mention situations that you go through will trigger you to say, you know what? As long as I'm not around people, I can do it. As long as I stay home, I can do it. But when you're not honest with yourself, knowing that it is people, places, and things that are triggers, you're going to continue to be as sick as your secrets.
I think the worst place is to be by yourself. Mm-hmm. I think that when you keep yourself just surrounded
because
by yourself. This is what
to you.
Yeah, the disease. This disease. That's that sickness. That's that beast.
It talks to you.
Absolutely, that's that beast. Hey, Sophia.
And on top of that, you think because you are isolated that nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to know. But that's not true.
Isolation is the worst thing in the world when you're battling this sickness. This is why you have to learn the tools that they offer us. We have to follow directions. Directions is out of the damn list when you first go into recovery. It's hard to follow directions. You know what I mean? Something simple. It's hard to follow directions. You know what I mean?
We're so defensive, and we don't want to hear what's being told to us or that we have instructions because we just want to be left alone because we can't get in touch with, you know, the people that were supplying us, or it's not that easy available. Just leave us alone. We don't want no instructions as soon as we get, you know. No, you don't want that.
There's no instructions going to buy dope. You just go buy it. Everybody was selling it. You know what I'm saying? You disease to make you think that this person's dope ain't good as this person's dope.
We get argumentative. We get argumentative. Yes, we get argumentative. No, you gotta get my money back because that wasn't it.
You know, and speaking of that, just, you know, if it's no us, dope dealers gonna go crazy.
What?
They're gonna go real crazy because they can't get fed. That's their addiction. They can't get fed. What they do is an addiction.
I can't tell you how bad it was for me when I started noticing that I was buying cars and wasn't none of them mine.
Hey.
Wasn't none of them mine. I said, wait a minute, there's no point in buying another car.
Mm-hmm. It was all theirs because you paying for their cars. You hear what I'm saying? You paying for them diamonds they got on. You paying for them fur coats they got on. You paying for them to take care of these girls out here. You know what I mean? You paying for everything that they do. Taking from your children, taking from your babies.
Oh, wow.
You understand what I'm saying? Letting you die. You know what I mean? Don't care one bit about that. You know what I mean? But let's let the city go dry. They be going bananas. They'll send you on to get the dope on the plane. They wouldn't care if the plane blew up.
Want you to know who
absolutely. You know, so when we talk, when we talk, like it's a lot of more than everything that can become a addiction. You know what I'm saying? Addiction. Yeah. You know, and they would never see themselves like that. Just like we never seen ourselves as a junkie. You know what I mean? I'm praying that, you know, a lot of them can come forth, you know, and give this life up. You follow what I'm saying? And start doing the right things. But I can't change you. No. I can't even change, you know, my own babies. You know what I'm saying?
I'm waiting for one of them to just realize how their role played with those in addiction and are willing to come and sit on your couch to tell their truth about the part they played.
It's called society. Society, there's rules. There's rules to everything.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like nobody want to come on and say, look, I'm a dope dealer. You know what I mean? Hell, you might as well go over to Knox and just say, here, just lock me the hell up.
Yeah,
you know what
right.
I mean? I pray that somehow, some way, you know, something can happen for that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because there are a lot of them that I know that don't do this no more.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
don't
And I can't shout out names and all that. I still won't do that. You follow what I'm saying? I pray for them though. Right. And guess what? They doing okay because they got a conscious contact with God.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So they found their own way, but society is dangerous. Society is crazy. You follow what I'm saying? And the rules are the rules. They don't care about you changing. They don't care about me and you changing. You know what I mean?
You see how
it's rules.
Now. You see how they get down with each
it's
other.
It's rules, yeah. We can't go
other.
what they call quote unquote snitching. You know what I'm saying? All we got to learn how to do is stop dying and be in the service of them. You follow what I'm saying? Because it's the way that the world is. It's the way that this thing was put together. You understand what I'm saying? And guess what? God is good because you know what my higher power did? Gave me enough wisdom, hope, strength to say N-O, two letters, two letters,
and guess
one word.
No is not, I was going to speak on that. Because no is not just a word. It's a whole statement.
Oh my gosh.
It's
a
whole statement.
Yes. No means no by any means necessary.
Absolutely.
You have to believe that. No means no by any means necessary.
Right.
And I personally don't see it being a power word in any addiction. No saves you. No, it's like you said, a statement. You have to, it's like taking a vampire and sticking them in the heart with the stake. You know what I'm saying?
And meaning that, yeah. And that whole thing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Ending to it and mean it. Like mean it because it's been numerous times where I declined even being, I guess, gifted. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to use a clean word, gifted. And saying no and turning around and calling them and saying, you know what, I changed my mind. Because when you mean no, it has to be a definite. It has to be a definite. If you want to save your life, you know, you have to take heed to what.
You have to surrender.
Yeah,
have to surrender.
That word.
My head gets stuck too when I'm on here like that.
Because
my head gets stuck.
I'm always like I'm so expressive to the point where I just want to diagnose things and pick it apart. But it plain and simple, it's surrendering. It's surrendering.
Yeah. It's surrendering and meaning it and be willing to open up. What Jeff saying? I see Jeff saying something. Let me put my glasses on, y'all. Katanya must not be on here.
She will tell you about them glasses.
She didn't tell me to put my glasses on yet. Hey, Samira. How you doing? Surrendering is actually coming into your truth, basically. You know what I mean? You have to be willing and want this. And you have to be hungry for it. You know, everybody has a rock bottom. You know, that's what we called it. A rock bottom. And a rock bottom is when there's just nowhere, no way, no how, you know, no belief, no nothing.
Yeah,
you just frozen.
Rock bottom is when, that's beyond knowing when you're just tired of being tired.
Sick and tired, absolutely.
Sick and tired.
Like a lot of things that we say, y'all, I just want y'all to know that, you know, the way words are placed and words are said is saying basically almost the same thing, but you may say it differently. You know what I mean? You may say it different. So however you pick it up and however you understand it, longest is what you need to do. You know what I mean? Longest it's working for you.
If it's connecting,
then
it's familiar.
Long as it's working for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm a person that, how I share, I'm always saying higher power. You know what I mean? That's what connects for me. You know what I mean? I know it's God.
I like when you say on the eye.
Got to keep it on the eye.
That's right.
You got to keep it on the eye. This whole thing starts with you and it's going to end with you. You know, because it's all your choices and your decisions.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It's what you get, the medication that you receive, the prescription in recovery that you build for yourself.
Right.
And the program is the doctor.
That's
you understand what I'm saying? And we like the nurses. You know, that was a good one.
That's right, it was. You come with it, Trey.
Oh, I love this shit. And nurses, you know what I mean, and Jeff the doctors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we come with a whole lot of medication for you to help you to
Absolutely.
try to learn to help yourself. But guess what? Coming from a junkie out there on the grounds doing what we do, and coming to a person who believes in a higher power greater than herself, who has helped restore
Praise the
her
Lord.
sanity.
Praise the Lord.
You follow what I'm saying?
That's
I don't
what
want to give it
actually
up for
worked-
nothing.
That's what worked for me, y'all.
Absolutely.
That's what worked for me. Because I
Absolutely.
tried everything under the sun. I'm telling you, my family got sick of me, and you know, that did something to me too, because you know, they started like this in their self, and I was like, you know what, this is not supposed to how it's supposed to be. But they finally became honest to let me know that it's not us not loving you. We just can't see you living like this. And I respected that. And it touched bases with my inner self, knowing that I was better than that.
Go ahead.
So in turn, you know, by me connecting with my higher power and growing in my spirituality, I am so grateful that I have a God that I can praise. Do y'all hear me? Because a lot of places will not allow you to do that. They going through wars because of that. They will kill you because you want to worship your God. I am thankful to have a God that I can run my mouth about,
Go ahead.
share,
Go ahead.
and go to lay my burdens down. And
Only
he
one.
hears me. He hears me. Not just me, us. So if you haven't tried them yet, I suggest you do.
And one thing about the programs and AA, you know, and NA, they offer you to make choice of who your God. You know, whatever works for you. You know, my choice was my higher power. My choice of higher power is
That's
God.
right. That's
You know
right.
what I mean? You know, some people are atheists, or some people just don't believe because
The
we
same
lose
God.
that. We lose
Yeah.
that vibe of God. You know what I mean? I know I did. You know what I mean? I looked at, I was mad at him real bad. You know what I mean? Until I learned how to listen. You know what I mean? And it was people who helped me learn how to pray and explained everything to me. I'm a hands-on
Jesus,
person.
Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so when I was taught these things and I was listening to what they were saying, not just like, get the hell out my face. You know what I mean? I'm not
because some
trying to
people
hear
don't
this shit.
receive it.
Right,
Yeah, some
yeah.
people
You're
don't
gonna receive it
it.
when you're gonna receive it. And it's not that you're not trying. You know what I mean? Because disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful. It's strong. It's vicious. It's notorious.
So just,
you know what I'm
just
saying?
to inform
Hideous.
you, which you may know, that the devil works with disease.
This devil is disease, if you ask me.
Right.
It's how you
So-
put. That's your prescription. It's your choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when you allow the devil to defeat you, and when it's no gaining your self-contact back until, like Tracy said, until you surrender. You surrender.
You got to find your conscious contact. You got to be open, you know, to learn how to pray and to forgive, you know, and to understand. For me, you know, I had to apologize to my higher power so much. You know what I'm saying? Because I went against him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When he woke me up, even though I was getting high, even though I was out there putting my life at risk, you follow what I'm saying? Doing the things that I was doing, he still covered me. And I didn't believe that he did. When I didn't care about waking up the next day. I ain't know that.
And guess
I wasn't
what? We
worried
weren't
about
even
that.
in touch with that.
We
at
weren't
that
in touch.
time because we were numb to the fact that even knowing that we should thank God, because he was in those places where we had no business, but he saved us. He kept us
Always.
all the time.
Always. You know what I say
That's
about
why
today?
I'm talking
Thank
about
you, Jesus,
today.
for walking with me.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's
And
right.
I learned that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I believe in him too. You follow? I just have a inner self that just always say higher power. I know you can come from the Bibles and the Qurans and you can mention certain.
But
you
listen,
know,
that's where I learned higher power at too. It was in rehab, because everybody didn't serve the same God, and
Right.
they wanted to be respectful that at least they served the God.
and how higher power connected with me. You know,
That's
I don't
right.
care how he bring it. You know what I mean? He gonna bring it to you.
That's right,
You
Trey.
follow what I'm saying? I
That's
don't care
right.
how he bring it. To each his own. And it starts with me and it ends with me, and it's my prescription.
Yeah, and it just sounds so much more in depth, like
For
higher,
what we do, what
right,
we trying
higher
to do.
power.
Yeah. Words
it
are
takes
vicious.
it to a different level of
Boy, I
God,
keep losing my heart.
knowing that it's connected.
That's the devil.
Yeah. He mad right now.
He mad. He real mad.
He
Ain't
mad right
he
now.
did this
He
last
got
week.
two.
He
got
did
two
this
of the
last
baddest
week.
ones.
Yeah, he got some vicious
That's right.
left
Prayer
hooks at him.
warriors. Prayer warriors.
Yeah.
He don't like
This
that.
is left hooks at him. But everybody, I hope that y'all really get a lot out of what we say, and I love bringing people on so it can be expressed in different ways. I like ad-libbing. I like, shooting guns
right.
with it.
That's
You know what I
right.
mean? Because you'll catch it. You're going to catch it. If you want it, you're going to catch it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It doesn't always have to come from a technical
Addict.
aspect, like
Addict.
educational all the time. Like
Yeah.
we can put some street into it too to help you like be familiar and accept what's being said.
Well, that's part of the ingredient, the mix.
Everybody's not going to take it from the educational level.
You know what I used to tell my clients? I used to say, this thing starts with a bowl, right? And I'm going to bake a cake.
Okay.
All right, this is how it was brought to me. So I gave it to my clients back.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They told me I need a bowl 1st. You follow?
That's your foundation.
Say it again.
Okay.
That's my foundation. So I need a bowl because I'm going to bake a cake.
Right.
Asked me what kind of cake that I like the best. I said, I like strawberry cake. You know what I mean? So it told me, he said, now, your mix for a strawberry cake is the strawberries, what it takes to make a strawberry cake. So if chocolate comes and dump in my cake, what is it going to do to my strawberry cake? If vanilla comes and mix it in my cake, what is it going to do to me? You know what I'm saying? If pound cake comes, what is it going to do to me? And it made me understand people, places, and things.
That's right.
Myself, my choice, my decisions. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
So if I mixed up let all these different flavors of cakes, batter in my cake, I no longer have a strawberry cake, right?
That you would prefer.
Say it again.
What you prefer.
Who I am.
That's
the strawberry cake is me. You know what I mean? So breaking things down so people can understand it to the best that they can for them, for their knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I can make scenarios up all day. All day long. And say the same thing you say.
It all comes from experiences, exactly, because when we in them rooms, we don't all get the same information the same way.
Absolutely,
we don't all do that. And when we enter rehabs, we don't come in there estimating that we're all going to be on the same page. No, it's a challenge.
Yep,
it's a challenge, and it's a test, and it's everyday life for us.
Absolutely.
Sometimes minute by minute. Because we don't know what life is going to throw at us in order for us to stay on our toes.
Hey, Valerie.
To like you said, use our tools. So we have to carry that with us all day, every day.
Absolutely. And like I said, what works for one may not work for the next.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Some of us can catch it and some of us can't. But don't stop. Don't give up. Don't feel like you can't get this, because you can. It's only sickness. You know what I mean? Like I said, it may have took me one rehab. I got people who's been in the rehab 30 times. No exaggeration. You know what I mean? I haven't been in there 15 times, 8 times, 12 times, and they got it finally. You know, because it's going to be when you're ready. It's going to be when you say no means no by any means necessary.
Just don't quit.
Don't
quit. We are designed to be fighters. We are children from our higher power, and our strength, comes from our faith. And
hey, Krista,
once we, realize that nothing beats a failure but a try.
Absolutely.
And I used to hear that term all the time, but I ignored it. And now now I understand what that means. And when I tell y'all I'm such a fighter, I am such a fighter because I'm determined to be destined to receive my victory in this thing. And the devil will not win. The devil will not win. He did that too many times.
Can't allow
too many times.
Can't allow.
So I'm just encouraging y'all. If there's any people out there, and it doesn't even have to be addiction, whatever you're struggling with or whatever you're being challenged with, continue to fight. Continue to fight, because it's going to be a day when your breakthrough comes through, and joy is going to be your reward.
That's right.
Joy will be your reward.
That's right.
The more you try and the more you fight, you see the results you see the results of the power that God gives you in order to just keep on trying. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's not him giving up on us. It's us giving up on him. But once we're ready to go, every single time we go back,
daughter-in-law.
every single time we go back, his hands are right there to receive us.
Absolutely.
So don't quit. Don't quit on yourself.
And recovery can be a slow process for some. You know what I mean? But that don't mean you're not winning. Winning is not to stop.
That's right.
You know what I mean? We're going to go through, I think me and Jeff mentioned this last week, roller coaster rides. You know what I'm saying? That's another old saying in the program. Roller coaster rides.
Up
you know,
and down,
disease is going to battle you all the way through so you don't get well, so you don't recognize. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because it doesn't want you. It got you. You know what I mean? It controls you. You know what I mean? It wants you to die. It don't want you to live.
And
because when you live, it dies.
Yeah,
you know?
And guess what? It's not what your choice of drugs are. It's spirits. It's spirits that enter us that take over our mental. And it doesn't want, like, those spirits don't want to let you go.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know that you know, and like I said before, like you said, it's the devil. Mm-hmm. The devil knows we're children of God. He don't want to see us win. He don't want to see God receive us again. Mm-hmm. So it's these spirits that are testing us and challenging us to either give in to that or keep seeking God.
Sharita's hi Sharita too. Sharita said for her, recovery is reconnecting to a higher power, which she chooses to call God.
Amen.
Herself. Amen,
Amen.
sis. God bless you. And you know, and when you get that connection, that's a whole lot of strength and hope right there, girl. That's a whole lot of protection. You know what I mean?
Yes, it is, because we covered by the blood. We
absolutely,
are covered by
it's
the
a
blood.
whole lot of protection.
And thank you for sharing that, Sharita, because
absolutely.
You know, higher powers can mean anyone, but thank you for acknowledging your higher power and letting us know that was your choice.
Karen Strickland said, faith is the key.
Hey, Karen.
Absolutely. And
I
Phyllis,
know that's right, Miss
said,
Phyllis.
the devil is a liar.
I know that's right, Miss Phyllis.
Absolutely.
We gonna confirm that right now.
You know, when you know, I love seeing this. You know what I mean? Because when y'all share a lot about, you know, God and I saw my cousin Michelle on here. Hey cousin, you know what I mean? She just like she enlightens me. You know what I mean? To know my little cousin and to see how she just appeared to me like holy Michelle Primo. Yeah, that's my cousin. That's Patrice's sister.
I'm gonna tell you,
Patrice.
I'm so
see my cousin Patrice. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They just make me go hard,
and
harder than
Keisha,
what I'm going
on
my higher power.
That's right.
You know, they make me go harder. So learning to how to live and how to accept. You know what I mean? And even for me to share, you know, it's every day. It's every day, all day. Like I was telling y'all, I can see people, you know what I mean? Or hear somebody say something, and my mind will be like, damn, that's real. That's right.
Do you know, now this is what I'm addicted to now. This is my addiction. Because if I stay in the house, I feel like I should have been out somewhere because somebody needs me. Or they just want to talk. Or release or vent.
Like the lady you
oh
helped
my
today.
goodness, yes.
Yeah.
Didn't know that woman from a can of paint and winded up connecting with her for 3
but
hours.
You are going to be so blessed for that, though. You really are, because you know it was times where I was out there and I was like, damn, I wish somebody picked me up.
And you know what?
Being in that same spot, you know.
That was one of my thoughts, and just knowing that sometimes I didn't have that support.
Exactly, because people won't mess with you. People scared. And some people just don't give two darns.
And that's what I
darns,
told
y'all.
I had to. You checking her out. You checking her out. She getting good. She getting good. But,
one day at a time.
I knew she was just too hysterical for me to just bypass her.
Absolutely, you connected with her. For some reason, you could. That's just God. That's just the will and the good in you today. That you had those emotions back. Right. You know what I mean? That you could see. You would let this woman talk. You know what I mean? And she heard you. That was the good part. Mm-hmm. She heard you because she needed you. God put you there, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. You know what I mean? I just have to say that, y'all.
He took me, honestly, y'all. I use my holy oil not just to bless my forehead, to bless my soul. I took it deeper than that, because now before I even get dressed and put my socks on, I bless my feet, because I'm always asking God to order my footsteps in His Word. So now I take my holy oil before I get dressed and I bless my feet, rub them all around my feet. And I'm telling you, it's seemingly like He is taking me routes that I didn't take before, but somewhere in the midst of those routes,
go ahead, Francis. That's what I'm talking about. I'm
ministering to somebody, or I'm fellowshipping with somebody, or I'm an ear for somebody, or I'm helping people. This young lady that I see every day, out of nowhere, last week asked me what church I went to, and I said, and I know her. I know her from previously living where I used to live.
Janelle.
And she said, Miss Michelle, what church you go to? And I told her. Last Sunday, I turned around and saw this young lady, and I just bust out crying. I said, you know what? She really honestly needed to visit a church. And then I saw that next Monday, Trey, and I said, you really showed up. And she said, because she said, you said a lot of positive things.
It's like how you say it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, just like I'm saying, like I listen to my cousins and I just look at them and I could just feel their love for God.
Love them.
It is unbelievable.
Me and Michelle got
Rashida, everybody. You know what I mean? I acknowledge everybody. Linda Curry, if you want that, everybody. That's right. Linda, I acknowledge everybody. I am getting so much from you, even when you don't even see me where you at. You know what I mean? But I just when I see y'all, you know what I mean? And you can hear the realness. You can hear the humbleness.
It's
you know
genuine.
What I mean? You can hear
genuine.
how much you love.
They emphasize their passion through their higher power. Mm-hmm. And that's what interests me to keep on striving with these women. Because they are some
powerful impact.
Very
powerful impact.
Yes. And honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Had I stopped and didn't follow these women, I don't know where I'd be today, right now. Honestly, they keep me strong. They keep me motivated. They keep me empowered, and they keep my mind focused, knowing that I'm enough, and that I got this. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I'm not doing it by myself. I put God in everything. Yeah.
You know, my sisters are the same way. My sister Penny, my sister Cheryl. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They are just so inspirational when they start giving feedback. That's my brothers, you know, and they're Muslim. You know what I'm saying? But when they talk, it don't matter to me. You know what I mean? It's just so real. I feel it.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And it just all makes me wiser and a better person. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And my heart loves harder. You follow what I'm saying? You know, and I give it all to my higher power.
That's right.
You follow?
That's right.
I give it all to my higher power.
Yeah.
You know?
Honestly, like the empathy that I have for people today actually comes from me experiencing certain things that I went through. And it doesn't even matter to me if they have support or if they have people that could actually do what I do. It matters to me that I can have input and feed them off of something that I know. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Why keep it to myself? Why not share it?
Yeah.
That it matters to me. Like that lady today, I was actually going to go see my dad, y'all. Pray for my dad, keep him in prayer. He had an accident and winded up being admitted into the hospital. And that's where I was going. Never made it because I knew my dad was covered because he was where he was supposed to be and these people could help him. So I took it upon myself to stay with this lady for 3 hours, somebody I didn't know, from a can of paint.
So awesome. So awesome. And Francis, I want to give you a shout out on that serenity prayer. Amen. You know, that is like, that's one prayer I know. Believe me, that prayer has guided me from the day I've been clean,
That's
bro.
right.
You know, I connect with that prayer. And the thing about it is, after each meeting, you know, or even when I'm teaching, you know, in a rehab teaching, we say the serenity prayer.
That's right.
I didn't even know it had a long versions to it. Are you serious? I'm trying to remember in my head because I'm gonna start saying the whole thing because it all touched me. Yeah,
it's a long.
I never knew that all these years I've been saying.
They say that in the rooms too. I remember.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We said it in the rooms all the time. I say it every day, all day, any day, why day, what day, whatever.
That's right.
When I'm around people, places, and things.
Amen.
You know what I mean? That's how it works for me.
That's
it keeps
comfort.
me to exactly. It's medication.
Yeah.
It's my medication. You know, that's part of my prescription. You know what I mean? Without it, I don't know how I would get through this. I would have got through this. I'm gonna tell you.
You know, like I said, I put God in everything, and I walk around talking to him. Like some people, they drive past it, and then they'll comment on my page. I saw you today. What was you laughing about walking down 9th Street?
Well, we already placed crazy. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I know. I might have been just communicating with my higher power.
Absolutely.
And I can hear him. And guess what? He has humor. Like I'm gonna say, my God. My God has humor, because I thought it was funny today that he had me stop there at that bus stop and not continue to walk past that lady and go see my dad. I said, Lord, you are funny, because not only did I have to do this for this lady, this lady had a situation to where she couldn't walk. So instead of her going with me to the place where I was going to go to get her some help, I had to walk by myself and then come back to her. So I spent 3 hours with this lady, y'all. But guess what? God ordered my footsteps. That was a part of me doing my oil on my feet.
I want to share this too today because it's just in my heart about when, you know, we're in recovery and, again, we know, you know, as an active addict, we're looked at as liars, you know, thieves, the worst of the worst, can't be trusted. You know, people know what we was, how we were living. You know what I mean? This is to the families and family members and loved ones and all. Thank you, baby. And all that is listening and need to hear something of what I'm going to say. Recovery is not simple. It's a task. It's a fight. You know what I mean? And it's not the fight on the street where you tag somebody and whoop somebody's, but this is the worst fight of your life. This is the worst beating of your life. You know what I mean? And your body, your mind, your thinking, your heart, your brain, everything goes through a battle of
it's a beatdown.
A beatdown, exactly.
It's a beatdown.
You know, and it's not just simple to get it all back. You know what I mean? We can't do everything at one time. That's why we get one day at a time as our higher power, you know, grant us. You know what I mean? And whatever you work on that day is what you're going to work on. That don't mean because you worked on it's complete. You got to work on it every single day. You know, it's hard to remember things when you're coming out of the beating as well.
What
you know what I mean? My brain's still beat up sometimes. Amnesia. You get a little amnesia too.
The clouds clearing. It's something like that, sort of phrase, a phrase that says,
what is that phrase?
When the cloud clears, then you can recognize. It was times, honestly, y'all, when I came back from rehab and I had to go places and I had to walk a lot, and I was petrified. I was petrified because all I didn't want was somebody to see me to say, "Hey, come on, oh, you back?
Yeah.
What's up?"
Yeah,
You know,
and that's what they say too. You back?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's like when we go to jail. And you come out of jail, and be like, she'll be back, you'll be back, you know, stuff like that. But what I wanted to say is, you know, patience is a virtue. You know what I mean? We have to have much patience. You know what I mean? And family members and loved ones have to have the same thing when it comes to people like us. You know what I mean? Sometimes it can be scary, you know, for any little thing they do that they haven't been doing, or, you know, you see a change from what they was. When we first get clean, we hype, we on it. You know what I mean? We feeling good. We literally are loving ourselves.
Yeah, we are.
You know what I mean? Because we don't know what love feel like.
Right.
You know what I mean? Love changed.
Our own real cheerleaders. We patting ourselves on the back, and we just want to be seen. And actually, it's not for what we accomplished. We want y'all to recognize our clean selves. We want y'all to tell us, oh, we look good. You know, stuff like that. But in all actuality, like Tracy was saying, the patience part is so needed.
Gotta be.
It's so
patience
needed,
is
y'all.
something that you have to learn, and it's hard for us to learn patience. You know what I mean? It's hard
But
for
we
us
need y'all to have that for us because we're walking on pins and needles.
Yeah.
We're
it's hard for us to get honest too, though.
Exactly.
You know, because our faces is so vicious when we're acting. You know what I mean? We're vicious actors. You know, but all the
we
time,
master it though.
it's
we
not.
master it.
Some of it's not acting.
No.
You know what I mean? Like
real.
I'm saying, like when they see you doing something different,
real.
or you may be around
yeah.
old people, places, and things. You know what I'm saying?
They
you
trying
know,
to figure you out.
the first thing a person gonna say is, "Uh-oh, it's going back to their old self."
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fair. It's fair, but it's not. It's how you discuss it with the person.
Because see,
you know what I mean?
we
Because
understand
still,
too that it's a paranoia thing with our family members, with our friends that trusted us. You know, even with our coworkers or people that engage with us to the point where they trusted us. We know that it's hard to receive us again. We understand that. I'm telling y'all, the first time my kids started giving me money again in my hand, I said, "Oh, they trust me.
They trust you."
I said, "I can't do this to them again."
They trust you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it, and it wasn't even a lot, like $5 or $10.
Well, my mom told me, "All right, it's time for you to start taking care of yourself," because I was letting my mom take my welfare check, you know, and all that stuff because I couldn't trust me.
Right.
I wasn't going to try to trust me because I know what I was capable of. You know what I mean? I know what they were teaching me, telling me that, you know, you would easy get cocky. You know what I mean? Because the feeling feels so good. It feels so great. You know what I mean? And sometimes, you know, when you haven't gotten all truthful with yourself, you know what I mean? Going around people, place, yeah, you know, the addict itself is tempting itself. You know what I mean? Disease is saying to you, "Oh, it's all right, as long as I ain't getting high with them."
Especially when it's your money.
Exactly.
Especially
I'm not getting high with them. You know what I mean? I could be around them. You know what I mean? But no, with the rules and following directions.
No, you can't.
You can't. You know what I mean? You can't. You know, and when that voice start making you think that you can, it's time for you to get back in your program.
That's right.
Because disease is taking you out of your program.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? And even if it's the people, it's the family, the places, is the family, you know, doing the things that you used to do with the family, some things you got to say, I got to check out on
That's
this.
right.
I can't do this. You know what I mean?
And guess what?
It's not how you go about it.
You have to respect yourself enough to know that it's okay if they don't understand.
Exactly. You got to remember that you're the sick one. You follow what I'm saying? Right. They're not. You're the sick one. And pride can get in the way of that. You know what I mean? Pride can get in the way of that. Especially when you know you've been doing good for a while. You know what I'm saying? And you know you're getting too ripe.
You learn.
You can't get right. You're getting too ripe. You know, because you're looking good again, hair done on point, outfit sharp.
So
you know,
you
driving, house, car.
If it happens, you go back and camouflage.
Hey, look, disease is saying this to you. It's a silent killer. This is what I want y'all to understand and know. It's a silent killer. It will make you forget that you are sick with a disease that is cunning, baffling, and powerful. Okay? And this disease is everybody, everything, everywhere around you. You know what I mean? But the most important person is you. It starts with you. It ends with you. Use the medication that we are offering you and the education that we are offering you to stay aware. Awareness is a big deal.
Yes,
you got to be aware. Awareness is a big deal. You got to be aware. Like I said before, you don't have to walk around like no TikTok robot saying, I got a disease, I got a disease, I got a disease. You know what I mean? But you got to know here and here. When that is locked down and put in check, you ain't letting nothing in.
No, you have
to be aware. Yeah, you ain't letting nothing in. Nothing.
Compromising will take you right back there because there's people out there that's already plotting on you.
Oh,
plotting on you, and they're scoping
bets
you out.
on you. They got bets on you.
They're scoping you out.
They got bets on you.
Yeah.
Oh, I give her this amount of time. I give her that amount of time. She'll be back.
That's right.
You know what I mean? She'll be back. Disease work through people, places, and things, y'all. People, places, and things. And everybody is not for you when you think they for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you also can't be playing the game with yourself because it's about you. This is for you to live in your truth. You know what I mean? You have to live in your truth. You're going to lie to you first before you lie to anybody else.
And guess
because
what?
you're going to create the lie.
And that's only because you already had the reservation to go right back where you were.
You're already a liar. You're a professional liar.
Right.
You're vicious with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's
You're
right.
vicious with it. And disease will allow you to give enough time out there so you can sit around and act like everybody trusting you now and doing all this and doing all that.
And
all
what?
the time you ain't trusting you.
That's just allowing for those doors to be open.
Oh, absolutely.
It's only allowing for those doors to be open because guess what? They're waiting to open those doors, if that makes sense. They're waiting to open those doors.
Absolutely. And everybody is not for you. You know what I mean? Everybody is not with you. You know what I mean? And be the main ones is all up in your face and swear they understand you and swear they know you. But it doesn't matter what they think they know. The most important things is what you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you are the most
they
important
already got
person.
an agenda for you. They
Absolutely.
already got a motive.
Absolutely. So
And
you can expect. I just want to say this because this was a shout out today. You can expect for people to be nervous about you.
Oh, yeah.
You can respect
Oh, yeah.
for people
like
to
that.
always watch you. You know what I mean? It don't mean everybody's out to get you. Some just care. And some can see that you're different today. Some can see that you're different than last week. It's like your behaviors is going back or you hiding something. This is the vibe that they'll get. That is normal.
It's normal.
That's normal. Don't get upset. Just know that your truth
That's right.
is here. You feel what I'm saying? And here, live in your truth because the first person get lied to is you. And you know it.
You worry when they don't notice. Worry when they don't notice. Don't be worried when they notice because they see a change.
And they
it's a
have the
good
right
thing.
to think that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that is absolutely wrong. They have the right to think like
that. It's
that.
a trust issue.
Absolutely.
It's a trust issue. And I respect that.
And it's the care, and it's the concern.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of that has to do with it. You know, and then on the flip side, some can be like, I knew this joker was going to do this and this and that, and then they be checking their jewelry and checking their shit.
Yeah.
Hey, I was doing
That's
good.
right.
And
You
when I get
know
hype,
what?
I just
You
get
get
hype.
good.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get
you
hype.
get good.
You know, and checking their stuff and watching you around. You know what I mean? Start looking for it. You know what I mean? Start looking for it, and then you get argumentative. You know what I'm saying? And you already got the rip in you. You know what I'm saying? Disease works through people, places, and things is the most important thing that you have to know and be aware of. You follow? That's what energizes it. You know what I mean? But you are the one who holds no means no by any means necessary.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
You have to be in control of your own power.
And understand that.
Yeah, be in control of your own power. And don't let anybody manipulate you or intimidate you because they didn't expect you to be where you are today. Don't fall for that because it can be intimidation that breaks you because you're wondering why they're not treating you the same anymore, or you're not wondering why you're not getting enough praise from them. Trust me, I know.
Me too. And guess what? We're battling when you don't think that we are. You can't see through us. But you know that we're sick. You know what I mean? But you too will think that we're sick no more. We're always sick.
Always.
We're always sick.
Always.
You know what I mean?
You never know what we're going through. You
Exactly.
Like even when we wake up every day by the grace and mercy of God. And, I'm so grateful for that. But guess what? It's times when I woke and I'm in the presence of God and I'm just laying there not even praying because I want to hear from my God. So he can put me on the right perspective to check me enough to know how I'm going to govern my day. And sometimes it don't even go like that because the enemy is somewhere around ready to attack.
Always around.
Somewhere around ready to attack.
Always.
But my whole thing is with that is I have to, like Tracy said, be aware. Be aware to know what you hear and what you see to know, to be well enough equipped to know how to go about your day. And that's not going to happen without your higher power, because we know when we put ourselves in it how messed up things could be.
We know that we're difficult people to ourselves.
Yeah,
exactly.
period.
You know, and sometimes our decision making ain't really on point. You know what I mean? So we're taking a risk, basically. That's a good word.
Yeah,
we're
that's
taking
a good
risk, you know, to start
That's
this
a
day,
real good
especially
word.
in early recovery. It's like a risk. You know what I mean? But when you surrender and you learn to follow directions and you follow rules and you come to believe, you know, with the information and the education that is provided for you, no matter who is from, your pastor, your church, your community center, your rehab, your ministries, you know, all that stuff. You know what I mean? You have to actually really believe.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to be willing. You have to be willing to listen, to understand. You know, the different remedies
exactly
of your prescription that you have to use for you. So that's like building a bear. Y'all ever heard the little toy build a bear? You're building a bear.
You have to work it.
You have to work it, and you have to learn that, you know, the enemy, which for us as addicts is called disease. You know what I mean? That again, I must say, is cunning, baffling, and powerful. You follow what I'm saying? It's always going to be in your fight. It's going to always be in your fight. And like I said, it's a quiet little hussy. You follow what I'm saying? A little quiet, little sneaky thing. You know what I mean? Because it has the lock, the key to your lock. You know what I mean? And it can unlock it anytime it wants to. That was nice, wasn't it?
Good.
I like that. You know, it can unlock it anytime it wants to. You know what I mean? All it takes is just a slip for you to slip and for you not to be aware of hearing the voice that is talking to you. You know what I mean? About you and telling you what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, and make you think the way it wants you to think, because it has that control. It's just in remission.
And guess
when
what?
we take it back.
It's not hard. It's a challenge.
Oh yeah, it's a fight.
We as humans are defensive and we're sensitive.
Oh, my thing ain't moving.
Oh,
this is what I be trying to tell you. When I'm on there, it won't
with
move
the
like this one will.
right.
Yeah.
But you can't see that all the way over there.
I can't
Excuse
see
us.
I'm
But,
sorry, y'all.
We're sensitive,
I see a lot.
And recovery, we don't acknowledge ourselves enough to love on ourselves, because we've already been through a channel where we've given up.
We've been beat down.
Yeah. And once we get a grip of ourselves, get back on our feet and start striving again, like Tracy said, it's a challenge. It's a challenge because the disease will talk to you, speak to you, and let you know, listen, you're not going to have this thing forever. You know, it's coming back around. I'm going to get you again. And as long as you are willing to fight with the tools and mechanisms of recovery, anything's possible. First of all, we can do anything through Christ who strengthens us.
That's right.
And being a willing participant with the tools that we are equipped with, it's not impossible. It's not impossible. We bounce back. We are creatures of nature. We bounce back anyway.
We have to
But
fight.
We have to fight, and we have to be willing participants.
Exactly.
Participants. That
Exactly.
means you have to include yourself in the thing.
And don't forget that, you know, honesty, we don't have those emotions. When disease is in control.
That's right.
Love, we don't have those emotions because it strips us of all of that. You know what I mean? Thinking,
Everything.
we don't have those emotions.
No,
all these things are emotions. You know what I mean? And disease, just after that first hit, like Jeff was saying, when you get that first hit and it's on, you sick the next damn day.
I cracked up.
That was the bomb. That was awesome. You know what I mean? Because that is so true.
Yes.
It is so true.
Yes.
Because it took me right there too. It's like, you know what? That is exactly the way. And you don't even know that you're sick. You just begin the road. The yellow brick road. You just go right on down the road through the dark, dirt, dirty, daggone,
devastating.
you know, through the forest of darkness and all this stuff. Yeah.
You're alone. You're
Yeah.
alone. It's nobody with you. It's nobody with you.
And
to
still
go
make
through
you
the
feel like
forest.
you strong with it. Like you in control of it, and it done took control. Remember how I say on my live, y'all, when I say, man, that first hit was the bomb. You know what I mean? And from that day,
Because
I
it was
became the
something-
worst chunky.
Yeah, because
I
guess
can't
what?
explain the feeling.
That fast, me either. But guess what? It was different.
It was different.
It was different.
And it was
took
awesome.
control.
Yeah.
It was numbness over our whole body, but our brain was thinking, okay, this felt good.
Exactly.
This felt good. And we couldn't tell nobody that it didn't.
I
But
would
guess
never.
what?
I would never tell you that the real raw of sickness. You know, and the drugs. Because like I said, we all go into it like we're going into a tunnel. We go in having fun.
Yeah.
We go in looking
That's right.
forward to this.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We go into it looking forward to this. But then we get trapped in the storm. You know what I'm saying? We can see the way out, but now we can't
But
get out.
we're it's like being stuck in the middle of a tunnel,
Absolutely.
and we can't move. That's
We can't
we
get
see
out.
a way out. We see a way out, but we cannot move. We are stuck.
And disease is so vicious, it allows you to get closer and closer and
And
closer
put
to
you
the
right
way
back.
out. And a
And
snatch as
snatch
soon as
you
you
right
get there.
back.
Shoop.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And then that way out look even further.
Because we went right back
It's
to where we
draining,
started.
ain't it?
It's exhausting.
It's like exhausting. It's
It's
draining.
exhausting.
You just be
And
like,
that's why
oh
we
shit,
give
I'm gonna
up.
die from this.
That's why we give up.
That's why we give up.
We neglect everything that we're responsible for, that we're obligated to, that cares for us,
Yep.
that matters. We let go of all of that.
And then we can't even feel it no more.
Yeah.
We don't even feel the urge of trying to get that hit. You know, that was the first feeling of this thing. We just have to have it because the body
That's why
is
we're
going to
just
die without it. It was going to
chasing.
kill you without it.
You chasing it.
You chase, that's what we call
Because that
chasing.
first one, like anyone after that, is not the same as the first
Uh.
one. So we're chasing. We're chasing. And it's devastating because it could be a long time chasing.
It could be a long time chasing.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can let you chase so bad till you become relaxed with it. And you need it. And it becomes part of your day. It becomes part of your food.
It's
It becomes part of
part of your
everything.
livelihood.
You get comfortable with it. And you die this way. You know what I'm saying? And if that's what makes you happy,
It's
what
there.
can
It's
we say?
available.
We can't
It's
say nothing.
available. Yeah, absolutely. Hello. Is it time? What time is we over time?
We good.
Oh, okay.
We good. Sometimes I go over time. They pointing at
I
me at the
thought-
time.
yeah.
You know, for me anymore, time means nothing. Time is the special part of my
That's
day.
right. That's
I got to
right.
stay clean all day, every second, every minute.
Well, for
So
me,
time is
I
something that I'm
wasn't paying
aware of.
attention to the time because I was expecting to come on Tracy's couch to let go of some baggage, and when I tell y'all,
And I still want
feel-
you to let
I
some
really
go.
feel free. I feel free.
You know?
Yes.
I still want you, anytime. This just don't have to just be this time. It could be any time.
Thank
You know,
you.
a lot of people is feeling free just watching this.
Thank
A
you.
lot of
I'm
people is
glad.
feeling
I'm
free
glad.
just
I'm
learning
so
and hear the
glad.
truth of your truth. You
Yeah.
follow what I'm saying? I mean, we got downright dirty, crazy, nasty stories that we can tell y'all. But if it's not ready for to be shared, it don't have to be on this live. You know what I mean? Just participate.
And I think
just
that's
bringing
a
the
whole.
information.
I think
People
that's a
look for
whole
that, though. Some people
nother.
do.
Yeah, but that's a
Whole
whole
nother
for me.
couch.
Yeah, that's a whole nother couch because that entails exposing people, sharing with people where you've actually been, things that you did that you know you shouldn't have did, and I'm okay with that. But this is my first go round, and I just wanted to share with y'all my spiritual aspect of it because I know where God brought me from, and I'm not there anymore.
Definitely appreciate that. You know, and I love to hear you talk. You know that. I love that.
Yes.
It's just like connections when it comes to me, and
That's right.
and it teaches me things, you know, as well. And a lot of people that's watching us, it responds or teaching us things.
That's right.
You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
And is in the same boat on a spiritual
Actually, I like to see them little comments, and the more it moves, it's let me know
that they're listening.
That
They
you're
hear you.
listening.
That
you're
they hear you.
listening.
That's why I get hyped. You know, I start getting all hyped and shit, and then I can't control myself, and then that one word SHIT come out, and then it's over after that.
Right,
You know,
right.
I can't
Then you
help
start
myself.
saying, like,
Yeah, I can't
guess
help
what? You
myself.
said it one
Yeah,
time.
that's all right. I'm doing good, but
I'm
I ain't
so
promised
glad.
it won't be said tomorrow. That's all I'm
right.
saying.
That's
But
right.
I know today, you know what I mean? This is just where I'm at, you know, and what I feel today. You know what I mean? And I just want to make sure that, you know, enough is being said every day and Wednesday that we're on this live.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Me, I'm me. I'm going to be me. I'm who I am. You know what I mean? And like I said, growing is every day. Growing is every part of my day. You know what I mean? It's just not sometimes my little foul mouth. You know what I mean? It's things I gotta fix too.
It's different.
You know what I mean?
challenges.
For all of us. All of us have challenges.
Right. And guess what? It's the way we deal with them and come up out of them
Exactly.
that allows us to grow.
Exactly. And, you know, just like, you know, when I had Jeff on here last week, man, I can have y'all sitting here with all the, you know, the words and all that stuff, and then me, I'm up here like this. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I want people who like me know too. You know what I mean? I want them to hear raw. I want them to hear like this. This is why I bring people on.
You are very radical, but it's a respectful radical. And I'm gonna tell you, like somebody like me, I cheer that on because that pours into me and gives me encouragement and motivation. Yeah, you can't be afraid to just tell it like it is.
Like me, I can share my story 100 times. It don't, you know, I'm to the point where I'm totally clean with it. You know, and I'm receptive to it.
Right.
You know, I accept the things I cannot change. I change the things I can, and I have the wisdom to know the difference. And I forgave me. I forgave me for everything that I have done. And I am no different of a junkie than the average junkie that you see. You know what I mean? It don't bother me to be called a junkie. You know what I mean? This is why I say it, because we have to hit the reality part that that's just who we are. You know what I mean? The world named it. You know what I mean? Hoes, tricks. You know what I mean? Bees, B-I-T-C-H's, dirty dogs. You know, the whole 9 yards. You know what I mean? So I can accept it. You know, I can accept it. It don't bother me anymore. You know, I can tell you the same thing. Oh, I was a B-I-T-C-H. You know what I'm saying? Or I tell you, kiss my ass. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
you know,
we wanted what we wanted.
That's what we do. That's what we become. I have no emotions. Right. I want to punch you in your head. You know what I'm saying? I want to run you over with my car, and disease will make you do it. You know what I mean? So I had no control, but I have control today. I'll put it this way. I'm getting control today. You know what I mean? And I'm learning control and what I need to do for me each and every day. Absolutely. It's a healing process.
We're going to continue to be healing to the day we die.
To the day we die.
To
the day we die. Understand that, loved ones.
It's sensitive.
Understand that.
Yeah.
Very understand. This
we're
disease
real
is
delicate creatures.
Cunning, baffling, and powerful.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And we look strong. We are strong. You know what I mean? Back in tune and in touch. But this disease just lies there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Just waiting for the moment.
It's still around.
Waiting for the moment to let us know that I still exist. That was nice too, wasn't it?
So please be careful how y'all handle us.
Yeah,
we're serious about this thing, and we take it. We take it very serious, and we're not taking no prisoners to anybody that thinks they're going to step in with the nonsense of trying to take us back where we were.
Absolutely, because I'm in charge right now. My disease is in remission.
That's right.
You follow what I'm saying? It's in remission, and I'm going to accept what I want to accept, and I'm not going to accept what I don't want to accept. People, places, and things. It doesn't matter, because it works. Whatever works for me is what has to work for me.
That's right.
You know, so if you see us and think that we're trying to get high, we're trying to do this, sometimes we're trying to resent ourselves. I mean, stop ourselves from cussing you out. You know what I mean? It's hard to take it. That's like taking a beating. Yeah. And sometimes our minds might not be there. You know what I mean? But then sometimes our minds might be there. You know, because we're vicious actors. You know what I mean? We're vicious liars. You know, I can roll over, fall down, and act like I'm going into convulsions. You know what I mean? If I want to, believe me, I'm good. I can make myself cry.
Because guess what?
It's harder now.
If we can make you believe that, then we actually still got
disease in there like this. That other head in there like this.
Cracking up.
Y'all just don't know.
Cracking up.
Y'all just don't know. You know? And I know I jump all over the place, but guess what? Jumping, I jump higher and higher and higher for whatever comes to my heart and ever comes to my mind so that you can hear it. You know what I mean? Because I know if you have dealing with addicts or you are an addict, you know what I mean? Or you're surrounded by any addict, you ain't seeing nothing that I'm doing, you know, in a recovery lifestyle. The same way the addicts are still out there suffering, you didn't see you see everything that they doing, and same thing I was doing.
And guess what? Being as though I've been there, done that, and still going through by struggling to remain clean, I have a serious passion about people that are dealing with mental illness, behavior issues, still struggling. I'm sensitive about those people.
Because we struggle with it.
They matter to me. Yeah.
We struggle with it. It
That's
might
right.
have been
And it
worse
was
for
hard.
some. Yeah.
It was
vicious,
hard.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it's still hard.
Yeah.
Because we don't just put that thing
Aside.
up on the shelf and
Yeah.
say, okay, I'm done with it.
I'm done with
it. We deal with this. We deal
all
with
the
this
time.
every minute of the day.
Absolutely.
Because we don't know what's going to come at us
Absolutely.
to trigger us.
Absolutely.
So we have to be recognizable to things that we have to not trust, or things that we have to combat to keep us sane.
Right.
So people that's still struggling with this, know that I love y'all. I love y'all. And guess what? It ain't even about what you look like, what choice of drug you got, what's going on with you. I love you because I know what you're going through.
Exactly. You walk the walk, baby. You know, so when we walk the walk, we could talk the talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just want to say before we shut down, I just want to say to everybody, loved ones, friends, everybody, you know, that, again, we bounce up and down all the time. You know, the most important thing is that we can't use. You know what I mean? If you can't, you don't see a person, you don't really see change in a person if they use it. They can't hide that. You know what I mean? That's just that's out of the question. You're not going to be able to hide it. It's definitely a given. But sometimes we could be right at that point, and what higher power will pop right in. You know what I mean? Higher power in your struggle, exactly, will pop right in, and you might already think something like that. You know what I mean? Or maybe they did, but but if they say like, you know, I'm gonna make a meeting. I'm going to a meeting. I need this. I need help. You know what I mean? That means that sickness took over, but you're taking it back. It's a part of it. It's a part of it. Just because we get clean don't mean we just stop forever. You know what I'm saying? Because we never know how disease going to come at us, when it's going to come at us, where it's going to come at us.
We go through other things.
We go through a lot. We go through a whole lot, especially when it's stress and it's stressful, and you think that we're not listening, but then you're talking too damn much. You know what I'm saying? Like, send them to a meeting, or you know what I mean? You can't be argumentative, because these are the triggers of disease, you know, that will make us trigger. You follow? You know, and then our minds can go into a certain state. You know, but if you're lying, you're lying. If you're lying, you're flying. And you're the only one to know you're lying. You follow what I'm saying? So I'm not telling you don't pay attention. You know what I mean? Because if they use it, they're going to fly. Trust me. They're going to fly.
That's right.
You know? So I hope everybody enjoyed the live today. I hope you got something out of this live today. I need people that works in mental health. I need people that works in psych. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
all this is just a part of it.
Yeah.
I would love for you to come on the couch. My nephew is on here. He's going to show me how to add you on the live, even if you can't make it here. You know what I mean? I want to start doing that. You know what I mean? Because that will reach out to a lot of people more. You know what I mean? I ain't all that crazy. I'm learning the damn live. Champ. I'm learning live, but I'm gonna try.
Take baby steps, because all I do is just appear on a Zoom. I don't know how to do all that technical stuff.
Me either. You know, but I'll get there and I'll go there. You know, but right now I'm here. You follow what I'm saying? And not taking your advice. No. You know what I mean? But like I said, I got to do things according to Trey. You know, and I got to feel it. Like, this is what I want to do. If it's going to make it expand, by all means. You know what I mean?
Honestly,
I love this right here. I love this. I love this.
I'm letting you know you soared.
Thank you, baby.
Yes.
I love this. You know what I'm saying? And I love to be able to see me talk.
we love. Listen, I'm gonna speak for myself. That's why I'm on here every Wednesday like clockwork.
Y'all hear me? Y'all know. I can look in the reflection of a car window now.
Yeah, that's right.
And all I gotta do, if I see a camera, go into the Kodak moment zone.
Amen. Because guess what? I'm selfie all the time. I'm proud of who I am today.
All right, y'all. Don't forget that this is on YouTube. These next maybe 5 sessions will be on YouTube soon. If you just started watching, you can go to YouTube and watch from day 1. You know, the 12 steps, and then at least about 8 episodes of The Couch. If you're willing to come on, you know, and share, you know, it don't have to be just drugs and alcohol. You know what I mean? It could be, you know, in what you feel you want to talk about. Addiction has a whole lot of categories. You know what I mean? And on here, as a whole, as a family that we have just made and we developed, because that's how I feel about all of you that come on, you know, as a family, as a whole, you know what I'm saying? And let's shout it out. People need help. People need this. People need sincerity. Exactly. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, I mean, my issue is drug and alcohol addiction, you know, also being addicted to shopping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm addicted to quite a few things,
once
you know?
Become pregnant of one substance, something else takes over. Because I started my whole thing, if I had $5, I was going to Dollar Tree. So mine was, I became addicted to shopping.
Yeah, I couldn't go in the store for one thing. I come out with a bunch of stuff. But anyway, y'all, because we now over the time that I allow us to be over. You know what I mean? I don't want to take everybody's time up for the night.
Thanks for
I love you so
coming
much.
on and
Thanks for coming on, Michelle. You know, I appreciate that. You follow, you heard what she said, right?
Yeah.
She said she'll be back. You know what I mean? This is what she had tonight. This is what she wanted to share tonight. And when you share, it's on your time. You know, I don't practice sharing or have a person say, well, what you going to share about?
Right.
Nah.
Right.
You'll share about what you want to share about.
It's not a rehearsal.
You follow what I'm saying? It's something that we do live. It's something that we do from the heart. I hope everybody is feeling themselves and living in the truth. I love the hearts. I appreciate them. You know what I mean? And feel good about it. Feel good about living in your truth, because living in your truth is only going to make you feel one way, love.
And it'll free you.
It's going to make you feel one way, love.
It'll free you.
You know what I mean? And free, you know? Yes. So, I'm going to shut this down now, y'all. Thanks for the hearts. I appreciate it so much. I really do. I know Michelle does. Is there anything else you want to say, Shelly?
I just want to say thank everybody who tuned in, because y'all knew I was coming. And not just that, your support really matters to me. Like, I don't always connect with everybody, but
you connected with thousands now.
Tonight, y'all showed up for your girl. I appreciate it. I love y'all.
All right, y'all. Don't forget to share this post. You know, messenger me if you want to come on. You know what I mean? And if you have any ideas for the live, you know, because I want to listen to you too. You know what I mean? Because you helped me. Hey, Ange, love you, girl. You know, so I see everybody next Wednesday. They come so fast anymore. It's just like being the next day almost. Yeah. You know, so, you know, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. You know, God bless.
Awesome.